Alrighty then. Look at me. Alright, gonna wait for a couple people to come in and do an audio check. If someone would not mind, whoever the first one is in, please let me know how this is sounding. If I need to turn something up, I do have a fan going outside the room to try and pull some air in here. If that is too loud or creating a whine, please let me know so I can adjust that. And also I need to know if this video here is laggy. I'm actually doing this from my DSLR to my laptop and then streaming it. I'm hoping that the lag is not too bad. So again, I'd like to know if someone can tell me how the video looks. Should be able to stream this at 1080p, I'm hoping. Audio sounds good, great. Anybody else? Too high, too low? John, what's up? Rover, Justin 3D, hello. Justin 3D, is your name actually Justin and you just did just in 3D? Curious about that. You guys are hearing it from here, right? You're not hearing it from the microphone or from the camera or anything like that. You're hearing it from this lav mic, I take it, I hope. I might need to change my settings for the streaming. If it's a little laggy, I can change that in YouTube real quick. Let me just change the stream options. Oh, I can't change it. Tap, tap, tappy, tap, tap. How's this? Check 1, check 2. This should be from the lav mic. Let me know how this is. Okay, how about this? Can you guys hear me? Whoa, whoa. I think I lost it. Are we there? Can you guys hear me? I just lagged out real quick all of a sudden. Let me know how the sound sounds now. Better, but still low. Let's crank it up to 11. How does that sound now? Is it still too low? Do I need to crank it up some more? I can add some gain to it if I need to. We can kind of max that out to 0 dB. Volume is low. Come on, you goofy microphone. Do 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 do. I can let me add a little gain to it right here real quick. Let me go to editor, audio input capture, filter that, add a filter. We're gonna add some gain, and let's add 5 dB of gain. All right, there's 5 dB gain on that. How's this sound now? Almost there, guys, almost there. I just want to make sure that the audio is working okay. That sounds good. Okay, now the video is not lagging, right? I'm hoping not. Again, I'm going off the DSLR. If this ends up being too bad, I will switch to the cam. I have another Logitech 920 that I streamed from last time. I can switch back to that if it's a problem. Video's good right now. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that for now. If it ends up becoming a problem, please comment down in the on here. Let me know, and I will switch cameras. just because I'm kind of hoping that this will also better, when I upload it after we do the live stream, have better quality is what I'm also hoping here. So let me know, and we're going to get started. So hello and welcome. I'm Shane from Fugatech 3D Printing, and here we're going to live build the HE3D K280 Mega Delta printer. I say mega because I'm pretty sure this one has a 600 millimeter build height. 600 millimeters. And it's 200 or 300 wide. This thing is enormous. I mean, the box is big. You see, the box is nearly half my height. I'd say it's a good, what, 4 foot long box. So it's pretty big. And we'll see how this is all going. 720p, I can deal with that. Okay, so let's dig into this. Now, HE3D, I contacted them and said, hey, I've seen your printers around forever. I'd love to try and build one on my channel. They graciously said yes, and that's how I came into this printer. So this is provided directly from HE3D via Amazon. All right, so here it is. We're going to have a lot of cardboard here, I think. Get that out of the way. Hey, someone else has seen it. Good. I might have questions for you. Okay, so here we first off have the manual, the 2018 manual, which is... Okay, so they also have a build video. Very good animation. Like, I really like it. Move this way a little bit. The build video is very good animation. It actually animates each of the components. Now, it's like a 7-step, 8-step aside from wiring build. It's, you know, do the top, do the bottom. So it's very basic in its build steps, but each step is actually fairly complicated. I have done a few Delta builds before now. So and then here we are. Thank you for your order. Here we have the K200 and K280 full packing list here. I will check that out, Lewis. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so we've got 2 small spools of PLA. We've got red, 200 grams, and 200 grams of blue. Yeah, both PLA. So we'll use those for testing. Get those out of the way. And then we've got some foam to move. Okay, and we have an enormous build plate. Holy crap, this is huge. It's a PCB heater, and there's a piece of wood or acrylic on it. Oh, I guess probably just protect the glass. There's a glass build sheet in there. But this is an enormous build plate. It's super heavy. Very thick. I mean, I'd say a good 3 or 4 mil thick aluminum heated bed. So that's interesting. It looks like it's running off of 24 volts too. It says 24 volt DC on here. So heat up times should be decent on it. Some more foam, get out of the way. Okay, and here we have the arms that lead to the effector. The effector on a Delta printer, if anybody is not aware of this, so on a standard Cartesian printer, you have your print head. That's usually just called the print head, your carriage, your X carriage, because normally your print head moves in the X direction on most like i3s. But for a Delta printer, the actual head is called the effector. And these are aluminum rods or steel rods with a, looks like injection molded plastic head on it with a swivel on there. Those all connect to that effector, and as each one of the 3 pillars goes up or down, it will then move where the effector goes, and that's how you have your print going. We're not going to need those for a while. Hotend's not for quite a while. And then we have all of the 2020 extrusion, which also has some pieces of the this 2020 cap stuff. I actually don't know the name of it. This is rail hider. Basically, the end stops are going to go up these 2020 extrusions, and then this is going to hide that cable away in there, because we don't want that to get caught by anything and rip it out, because then your printer's going to be not working. So I'm going to pull off the plastic on these. It's a nice black anodized 2020 aluminum. So I'm hoping there was no damage to this, because the box on the one side completely ripped and 2 of these were sticking out. So it shouldn't be much of a problem, but we just kind of need to be aware of that. I'm going to need to make a little bit of space here for all of this extrusion because it definitely is not going to fit on my desk while I do the build. Yeah, it's going to be definitely big. Again, it's a 600 millimeter build volume on the Z. So height-wise, I think these are probably close to almost a meter. They're probably 800 millimeters long. I don't sadly have my tape measure handy, otherwise I would measure them. So just got to give me a minute. I'm going to get these 2020 extrusions all unwrapped. That way I'm not doing it later. And just try to get myself a little organized here. And that'll make the build process later a little bit faster. We've got lots of this cable 2020 stuff there. Lots of little pieces. And the top triangle to the Delta printer is a single set of 2020 lumen extrusion. The bottom is going to be 2 sets of 2020 kind of spaced away a little bit. And that bottom area is where you're going to hide your electronics. So all of your motors for this are in the bottom of the printer. And your control board is also in the bottom of the printer on this model. I have seen people, and I've actually debated it with my Costal, Anycubic Costal, on inverting it, putting the electronics up top and having it go that way. There's no real reason behind it, except it might be fun of a build, or of a change-up maybe, I don't know. Right, there's 6, we've got 3 more of these. Will it be wobbly? No, it should not be wobbly at all. Just because the extrusion is only 2020 does not have really any effect on the rigidity of it. It actually comes into the cross beams of the triangle, because the Delta is a triangle shape if you look at it from the top. And it's going to rely on the corner brackets, how they are. Now looking at the video for this, I'm trying to stack these so they don't fall and make a really, really loud noise. They're going to. They look to be injection molded, so there are no 3D printed parts. As far as I could tell from the video and just kind of looking at pictures online, none of these parts look to be 3D printed, which will also greatly aid in the rigidity of the printer, because injection molded parts are, solid plastic. You can see the power supply in the bottom too. Oh, very cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for the tip. Okay, all this is out of the way. All right, now there's 7 steps in the thing, and there's 7 boxes here, which I have to say I'm impressed, because not many printers do that. The Prusa did. If you guys watched my live build of that, that was a fun printer to build. Also, I was way geeking out because it was a Prusa, and I've always wanted one. But that one I bought, and this one was sent to me. So we're gonna. We've got 1, we've got 2. Let's stack these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're gonna just get these all here out of the way. We've got number 1, and we don't need this paper right now, and we're gonna need this. We don't need this right now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over here to the table view. That way you guys can get a little bit better look on what's going on. If you guys want me to bring this camera closer, I can do that. Okay, so where's step 1? Guessing it's going to be this one, which is going to be the top extrusion. No, I was wrong. We've got motor cables. We've got all the end stops and thermistors in here. We've got heated bed cables. We have the hotend, which is it's a non-standard proprietary looking hotend. You can see there, it kind of reminds you of the Monoprice Select Mini hotend. So, see that? You guys not having audio? No audio, no audio, lost audio. Did I unplug this? Are you guys hearing me now? Shoot. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Do you guys have me now? Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's why. 1 second here. Oh, okay. Are you guys hearing it from the lav mic, or are you guys hearing it from my computer? It looks like you're hearing it from my lav mic. Okay, good. So is it too? If it's too loud, please let me know. And then we have the power supply cable here, which is ferrules. Okay. And we have a standard 2-prong cable, not grounded. Okay, so that's in door number 1. Okay, so door number 2 is, okay, so here we go a little bit. So here we have hardware. This is, or I'm sorry, this is going to be like our tool bag. And then we've got the bed leveling sensor, an extra heater block. This looks to be maybe extra parts. And then we have the bags are labeled. This is part number 5, 7, 6, 3, 2. Okay, here's D1. We definitely need D1 for this part. I'm just gonna look see what's in door number 3. Door number 3 is the electronics. Okay, so this it's not quite how I thought it was gonna be. So door number 4. Okay, so door number 4 is the cast parts. We're gonna need some of these now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Just not compute. We got some motors in number 5. Number 6 is also motors. Hey Thomas, good you got your power today, buddy. Oh, here we have more parts. Okay, so, and there's 2, 4, 5 of these. Are these all the same? These all look to be the same. They're not labeled in any way. Okay, we're just going to confirm that all of these parts are the same here. We should have 9 of them. And they all look the same in size. Okay, so I'm going to guess these are all the same. So we're going to grab 3 of these. Power supply, and we've got the sleds. Okay, so we're going to start with these, and then get out D1 here. Alright, so this is going to have a bunch of screws. It's going to have the T-nuts, and it's going to have our tooth idler pulleys, which is really good to see because the teeth are going to be on the pulley, and that's really good to have. You don't want to use teeth on a smooth pulley or teeth on the smooth side of your belt. So you want to use teeth with teeth, smooth with smooth. That's kind of how you want to do it. Okay, so we're going to use, these are M4x10s, so they're going to be these smaller guys. They're going to go into the side here, and we're going to add a T-nut. So we're going to add the T-nuts to all of these first, and just going to add them on loosely. And we're going to do that because it'll be easier to slide into the extrusion. We're going to do all the extrusion at once. It's a little bit easier that way. You can do them almost one at a time, but eventually you have to kind of converge the 3 together. So it just makes it a little bit easier to just keep them loose and do them all at once. Humming in the audio. Okay, that was going to be the fan that's out there. I'm going to go ahead and turn that bigger fan off. Again, I'm just trying to pump some cooler air into here because I'm going to be sweating very soon. As my office, with the DSLR, you can see almost my entire office, almost wall to wall. Actually, you can see wall to wall here in the back. It's a small space. It gets hot in here. No printers are printing, right? Everything's off. Yeah, so the only thing making heat is my laptop, my desktop, and my hot mouth as I'm speaking through this entire build video. I will take care of that in just a moment when I get this done first. Anybody else having trouble with the hum? There's 2 done. Do I have... Oh, good look, Thomas. I do not have a Pepsi handy. I need to go grab one here in a little bit. Yeah, good look, man. See, I'm glad you're here again. Helps me out. Leave it on, no big deal. Oh, okay, cool, thanks. All right, cool. Jake from State Farm, what's up, buddy? Glad you can make it. Saw a couple of you guys hung out for most of my last live stream. Well, I'm a little low. All right, well, if it becomes unbearable to anybody, please let me know, and I can make adjustments. All right, so we're going to on the final T-nut here. Other thing to be aware of is which way this is supposed to be oriented. So we're going to get the pulley goes in the middle, like so, and we're going to take, which one is the one here? The 18 mil M3. It's going to go through the pulley, and I don't know if that actually is long enough. Got my trusty Pittsburgh Pro driver set, because I hate using the little drivers. Oh yeah, that does fit. Okay. Alright, so there's one done. They just barely bite in there. I think 20 mil would be better for this part. You just got to get the bite. You don't want it to go too much, because you don't want to deform the part. I mean, it is injection molded, so it is very strong. But again, you definitely don't want to deform any parts. Been cranking out the videos lately. I try to. I really try to. I try to do 2 new ones a week. I've almost caught up on all the old videos, but sometimes it just takes a little more time. So it looks like it doesn't really tell me here. I don't know if I can see in a later picture. I can't tell. I'm going to call that the top. So the thing that I'm looking at here is if you look at these parts, this side has a captive nut in it. This side does not. Right here. That's where kind of a screw will go through. So I'm going to put that up top for all of these. And we're going to go ahead and get the, see, this is the shorter. There's only 2 lengths of extrusion here. There's short and there's stupid long. Stupid long are the uprights. The short ones are going to be all everything else. These are probably around 300 mil. Yeah, I think these are 357 mil, because this is the K280. The K200 is much smaller. This is the K280, so it's a bigger printer. And we're going to go ahead and slide these on. I get this one on there. Get this one on there. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Slide this on. I need to make a little bit of room. So now we're going to do this side over here. And this final side here. That's the hardware in the way. That was loud. That was really loud. I have to tighten some of these down because they are just not cooperating here as much as I had hoped. So we'll just tighten a couple of these down. It's not big enough. What are we saying here? I am trapped behind this table. This table is, I've got what, 3 feet from the bookshelf behind me. It's not a whole lot of space, my friends. I'm sorry that I dropped that. I know that had to be loud for you guys. I apologize. If you think it was loud for you, imagine how it sounded through this house. So, let's get these last two sides on here. I'm gonna put on the extension kit just because it'll make life a little bit easier here, I think. Just to get these fit in. Alright, this is the little tedious part here, getting this all buttoned together. And you also got to make sure that when you install these corners that you do it tightly. Now we're going to have to pull out the Allen wrench here. Again, the hum is going to be my fan. That's too big. I don't have my ball head Allen wrench set, so this is going to be a little tough for some of these. We've got the base triangle here assembled. Not too bad. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Ooh, there we go. I hate Allen wrenches. Alright, I'm going to see if I have a ball head one here. Here it is. These are the Allen head sets for all the printers I currently have here. This one has one, but it's the wrong size. You don't have one, you don't have any. You want it. No. None of them do. Awesome sauce. Just going to check my tool bag, my toolbox, I guess. I also travel, when I move, with just a small toolbox until my main one gets here, and none of those are ball head. Okay, well, I'll just struggle through it. For you that don't know about the ball head, it makes it a lot easier to tighten these. Oh, it's going to be impossible with those stupid things in there. So I have to take out these pulleys now, because now they're in the way. Oh, this is going to be brutal, guys. I got to do this. What we got to do here? We got to do 18 times. I got to do this. This is going to suck. How did they not send a freaking ball head? That's my problem with these stupid printers is that, I mean, how expensive is it to send a ball head set rather than a cheapo set? Like, I understand these probably cost less than a few pennies, if that, for this set of Allen wrenches. Is it really that much more to send a higher quality set and make your customer a little happier? I'm hoping that HE3D will take this criticism from this video and will make their product better with the criticism. I'm trying to catch up on the comments as well. Man. I know it's not the right size. Sorry, I'm slamming stuff around. I'm hoping that these all locked in. It's really hard to tell. Okay. 2 down, 4 to go. I gotta take those out again. Take all these pulleys off first. So I have not tried any Tronxy printers, and I mean, you guys are all here. GearBest no longer emails me. So I'm guessing that due to the viewer count on my channel being as low as it is, well, per video, I mean, I'm breaking 1,000 views off a few videos here and there. I'm guessing because the viewer count is so low, and because I don't actually push GearBest, I don't push any retailer except for Amazon. But because I don't push GearBest as a retailer, they don't make as much money through me as they do from any of the other YouTubers out there. I mean, look at, oh God, what's that one guy? Chris? I think his name is Chris. He gets printers, God, it feels like weekly from GearBest. But if you look at the video description, it is littered with buy this printer from here, buy this printer from there, buy this from here. The only thing you will find in my video description, unless it is the video for that specific printer, is the normal canned message that Riley and I put down there, which is how you can donate to me and how you can use affiliate links for any of your purchases. But for all the other things, like for this video, okay, this video is probably going to have an Amazon link for this printer. So if you guys want to buy it, you can go down and do so. But it's not going to have any GearBest links in it, because guess what? GearBest didn't send this. And why would I tote a service when they're not sending me anything? So I'm actually dealing with more companies directly now in order to get printers, since GearBest no longer seems to want to deal with me. And Banggood also, I have not heard from Banggood in months. So I'm thinking that both of them no longer wish to do business with me, and that's loose. I'm not saying what other people are doing with their video descriptions and the links for printer stuff like that is wrong. However they want to make money is completely up to them. But I am not going to put GearBest links on my vlog videos. I'm not going to put GearBest links up every day. I have a day job. I have a life outside of this, sorry. I'm not going to sell myself to them like that, because honestly, they don't really give good money anyways. So Jake, I do have a good hex set. My stuff was supposed to arrive today, but it was delayed in shipping here, so it's now Monday morning. We're slated to receive stuff. Okay, those are all tight now. I gotta put those back now. Dang it. Okay. Now we're gonna put the pulleys back in now. Just a smaller bit. One. So Lewis, I actually just bought 2208 stepper drivers for the A10 from AliExpress. I saved $10 over Amazon. And yes, the shipping is literally slow boat from China. It's like 19 to 35 days is the estimated time of arrival. I'm not in a rush. If I'm in a rush, I will absolutely buy from Amazon first so I can get things in. All right, so there we have the top of the printer. It's huge. It's huge, as our commander says. Okay. Okay, so I set that down, and then we're going to do, it looks like part 2, so let's, these all look to be spare parts now, because I can't see what any of these are needed for, so I'm going to put these back in the D1 bag, because nothing here shows I need them anymore. There's washers here, there's a couple nuts, there's more M4 screws here, so yeah. One. Let's get out D2. Right, so looks like we're using some black. I guess these are metal, powder coated gears here. Is what we're using for the pulleys. This is a pulley version printer. I know Anycubic does do a linear version. They have a linear and a linear plus. The linear plus is bigger with a heated bed versus their normal linear version, which is just like the pulley, no heated bed, just a larger print volume and linear rails. But this is using pulleys. And the Anycubic console I have has pulleys, and I get fantastic prints off it once dialed in, which is what somebody recently said earlier. There's 2 ready. Sorry, I got to get this little freaking. These are like shrink wrapped together, and the plastic is, of course, you know, that cheap brittle plastic that instantly breaks apart, tears, and. Okay, there we go. There's 2. There's a crap ton of screws for this step. Golly. So the thing to do here is they're using 2 of these, and they're going to be spaced like this. And then these 2 holes, which I'm guessing are going to be that way, closer together. They don't really show here how they're supposed to go. So I'm going to put them closer together. I'm assuming that's correct. The motors here they're all the same. Yeah, okay, so the motor is going to connect them like this. So 2 screws on this one, 2 screws on this one. Very different. So Thomas has questions. Who's your question for, Thomas? Is it for me or for somebody else here? These are using the 3x10s. Here they are. Okay, little suckers. Red side driver, yeah. Any chance to fine-tune your printer video? Fine-tune. So what fine-tuning would you like to see? Because fine-tuning is a pretty broad. It's a pretty broad category, to say the least, because there's a million different things you can do to tune your printer. Second, I have a Anycubic base for the Tornado. Is there an adhesive non-glass one for the Monoprice Select Mini? Son of a gun. I do have a ball head for these M3s, I think, though. I do. Sweet. Not threading, though. A different one here. A huge chunk of the build service came off the Monoprice. So your Monoprice i3 should have come with 2 of those build surfaces. If I was to replace the build surface on mine, I would honestly replace it with a piece of build tack. So if you get a big enough piece of build tack, you can actually just cut it and have 4 of them for it, which would be kind of cool. That is crooked as all get out. Oh, they do go that way. Oh, okay. So there is a bevel in there that lets it fit around the shaft a little bit. So my assumption was correct. So yay for me. And no one probably cares except for me. Honestly, Tom, if I was to replace mine, I would go with a piece of build tack because it's an unheated bed. So you'd be better off with build tack and that. Because build tack works fantastic unheated. Now, is this your Monoprice i3 or is this the Monoprice Select Mini? Because I have, here in the video, you can see there's the Monoprice i3 and over here is behind me, but that's the Monoprice Select Mini. 2 different ones. Okay, so you have the Monoprice Select Mini. That's the one with the heated bed. The Monoprice i3 Mini does not have a heated bed. Okay, so there's the first one put together for the bottom. Now I just want to make sure, you also need to make sure that your connector here is going out the side, and all 3 of them are going to go the exact same way, but I am going to go ahead and put the pulley on this one. Just try to line it up as best I can for now. I need a very small, too small. There you go. These are also round shaft motors, which I don't like because then the pulley doesn't have a whole lot to bite onto. One. All I'm doing right now is tightening the set screws, and I'm doing my best to align it right in the middle of that opening. I tried to make the pulley right in the middle spacing. Hopefully that worked, but then you can see here, this cutout right here is where the 2020 extrusion for the verticals are going to go right into there. Okay, so there's one done. I just need to do that 2 more times. So another motor, and we're going to do the motor. It's going to go this way. It's going to go this way. Right? Right. And if you need to get off a bed sticker, so a heated, like, build tack comes off pretty nicely, but if you have one that you're struggling to get off, soak it in WD-40 and it'll come right off. I just use a razor blade, like I would take it out of like a razor, or I would get one of those aquarium cleaning ones that has the plastic holder, or you can print a plastic holder for one. And that is what I take off that adhesive that's left over. It works like a charm. WD-40 honestly is the best. It's the cheapest as well. Goo Gone is a little expensive. But the WD-40, I mean, you spray that on there for days and you still got a giant can left over. Shoot. So this is just, again, another tedious part of this build is just getting these locked in. Okay. Random question, which do you prefer, the Ender 3 or the Ender 3 Pro? I honestly have not tried the Ender 3. I think the Ender 3 is exactly like the G-Tech A10. And the Pro, I think, has the auto bed leveling sensor and something else. Correct me if I know what it is. But you do not need auto bed leveling on a printer so small. Trust me. If you can't level a 200 by 200 millimeter bed, you should not be 3D printing. I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel with that. There is no reason whatsoever you cannot manually level that bed. 300 by 300 printer, a little bit harder. Still, auto bed leveling is not required. You should be able to level that by yourself. All the printers I have right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 printers. The only one that's auto bed leveling is the Prusa i3 because it comes with it. The only reason why that has bed leveling. I manually level every printer that I own. The only one that has auto bed leveling is that and the CR10, which has Tim, the HE3D ABL, the Easy ABL on it because he sent that to me, and that's why I use it on that. All right, there's 2 done. My fingers are already starting to hurt, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Holy golly. And I'm getting a little thirsty. So that's gonna play in here real quick. And again, I'm making all of the connectors go the exact same way because it looks prettier and it's easier to set it up once we get into the wiring of this. It'll be easier to angle the connectors, or it'll be easier to manage the cabling for the once we put the board in and stuff like that. So like I said, the G-Tech, the Ender 3 and the G-Tech A10 are literally, I think, like the exact same printer. Just one copied the other. I don't know who came out with it first. Don't really care either. The A10 is fantastic. I like it because the G-Tech Super Plate, the Ender 3, unless they also copy Anycubics Ultra Plate, has a normal bed on it. The Ultra Base is by far the greatest print bed out there. The Super Plate is second best to that. Third would be the PEI sheet from Prusa. Honestly, that plate is so much better than anything else out there. Because you print, you let it cool, and it literally comes off the plate, and I am out of, nope, there's one. Am I out of M3s? I am out of M3s now. Let's one start off on me somewhere. Let's go to the spare part. That's D3. I don't need that yet. Where's that spare part bag at? I think this is spare parts. It's not. This is something meaningful. Really? Is it not missing one? Son of a gun, I am short one M3 by 10. Who'd have thunk that would happen? Me? It's pretty rare you get a kit and everything comes in it. Even the Prusa i3, the Mark III, was missing a screw. I was missing like 2 or 3 actually. Ender 3 is a straight kit. No, Ender 3 is like a easy kit. I mean, this isn't actually a kit printer. Like, there is nothing put together in this at all. There's nothing put together here. So it does make it a little more difficult. A little more time consuming too. Especially when you don't have freaking parts. Gosh, son of a gun. Hang on, let's go to the spare parts here. Yep, I got an M3 by 10 here. From the Prusa. Let's hope this doesn't happen too often. Nope, that's too long. There must be a longer one. Alright, we're gonna have to go through this one last time. Oh, no, there it is. It was just sitting upright. Never mind. Sorry, dudes and dudettes. So I don't have an ultra base on the tornado. I have the ultra base on. I have two 300 versions, 300 millimeter versions on the. One's going to be on the CR. One is on the CR10, and the other one's going to go on the FT5. Because my CR10S is pretty much exclusively my high temp and PETG printer. It prints PETG, PETG flawlessly. And I just did like some nylon reviews for MakerBox, stuff like that, and it handled that great. All right, so we have all three bottom ones ready to roll. Now we have to do all the M4s with all of the freaking T-nuts on them. This is going to be the fun part here. And this is the thing with like these big kits, like this is an actual kit printer. What G-Tech puts out now and what Creality puts out now, are, I don't consider those kits. Those are like mostly completed printer. You put like one or two pieces on. The i3 Mega came in 2 pieces. The Anycubic i3 Mega. Again, not really a kit. This is an actual kit. And the vendor actually warned me. The guy I was talking to, he's like, well, you know, this is actually like a real kit. Like, you got to put stuff together and know things. I'm like, dude, I've done it before. The only problem with Deltas is the tuning. And if their ABL system actually works, then so be it. I'll be pumped, because leveling a Delta is not easy unless you have an absolute knack for it, which I do not. So that's what's going to make this interesting part, is if that actually works out of the box. And that's kind of what I like about the videos that I do with these, is I care about the out-of-box experience. Even though I am more experienced than most people, I like to just get that out-of-box experience. Can I get it working the way it is shipped to me, as if you guys were to buy one? And, you know, somebody tried this as their first-time printer. How would it go? No one knows. Whew, there's a lot of screws, man. 24 of these just on this part. Yeah, this should not be someone's first printer. Should not be. Any of these kind of... Also, Deltas should not be someone's first time printer. Unless you're some kind of weird engineer and you really want to challenge your mind. Deltas are definitely not first printers. But there are people out there that have done first printers with Deltas. You know what I say to you? You're amazing. It is not for me as a first printer. Alright, there's 2 done. You mean my videos, Thomas? I hope they're not too gritty. I mean, I do try to put some type of production value in my videos. I also try not to swear. I try to keep everything family friendly. Because I want people of all ages to enjoy my videos and watch me do what I do. Okay, last 4 bolts and then we can start putting on the extrusion. The aluminium, as you weird British people say it. That one kind of crossheads a little bit. I don't like it. There we go. Just a rough part in there. Let's see. Baptist say foobar. Yeah, I could do that. Last time I said foobar, a guy in my office screwed up a server. I called him foobar for a little while. Golly. Numero trace. Oh, yeah. The live builds to me are new. I think I'm going to do this from now on. I'm actually really enjoying like the interaction with you guys. There's someone who recently did a vlog or a video, a big YouTuber, like a huge guy. And he did a video about YouTube is the loneliest job out there. And I 1000% agree, because it's only me in this office. Like, that's it. Kids are in bed, wife's watching a show right now, going to bed shortly. I'm the only one here. So when I do videos, I talk to the wall, which is where the camera is, and that's it. But at least with the live builds, I have you guys kind of interact with. It makes it a little funner for me as well. Where I come from, funner is a word. More fun. I know it's the more proper term. But, yeah. That's the wrong size bit again. Come on. There we go. Gotta get that T-nut to turn. Didn't want to do it at first. Alright. So this is going to be interesting. There we go. Oh, man. Funner's gooder that it is. Chad, what's up, man? It is my Pittsburghese coming out. Had people guessing on a Saturday Night 3D printing show a while back, guessing where I was from. And there's only one guy that actually knew where I was from in the stream, so told me he couldn't answer. That did not lock in at all. Picture of the pants. Lock in? Yeah, that locked in. Okay. The hard thing with T-nuts is just making sure all of them lock in properly. Live stream compete at the Pens game. I was actually talking to a guy via my Facebook page. He lives in where? Canada. Yeah. And he's watching the Maple Leafs game. I'm like, dude, you should be watching the Pens. Even though I'm not really a hockey fan, but hey, you got to root for the home team, right, guys? Okay, well, there are those ones so far. Now we're going to just make sure the motors, again, are all going the same way. That way. Come on. Come on, come on. All right. Shoot. There it is. Okay. I guess getting all these T-nuts to line up 2 different extrusions at the same time is a little bit challenging. But I am Shane. I will make it work like that. I am Tarzan of 3D printing. Oh, come on. I just had you in there. Okay. Stay in your home. Why don't you go to your home? Aren't you good for your home? I'm only doing the outside 2 for each of these just because that's making life a little bit easier, I think. So now this one is going to go this way, all right? Nope. Nope, I did those backwards, but that's okay. I think they'll still work out. But I did screw that up. I am not taking that back out. Okay. Sorry my big head gets in the way over there, but gotta make sure I get these all in. This K280 is 32-bit. I don't know, actually. Don't really know much about it. It's using some MKS board. It's a ramps plus 2, what it says here. Don't know what that means. Because to me that means nothing. Okay, now the final piece is what's going to be the trickiest. The final 2 pieces. So I need to line up 8 of these at the same time. So just bear with me a moment while I assume silence and try and get these all lined up. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, that was easy, but that's not even lined. That's not even in there. Woot! Okay, that's all of them in there. Now we just have to tighten this down. It's not going the right way. There we go. Does it use Repier? Oh man, I was hoping this was using Marlin. I hate Repier. Like a T-word. Do you want to say it? Okay, Now we're going to tighten down all the outsides, and then we got to do all the inside screws. Which is only 12, but it's still freaking 12. I don't know if I can do this with the flex bit or not. Flex head on this. And it's a pain, but I was able to get it. Hoorah. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, guys. You? This is one turn at a time. One turn at a freaking time. Like that, it's like a quarter of a turn, because that's all the window I have here to get this. This is riveting YouTube right here, guys. Riveting YouTube. Okay. 2 down. Trying to use this just to kind of speed up the, take care of the slack for me. Three. There's 4. Whip. Oh, come on. Seriously, this would be, I'd be done with this by now if I had freaking ball head. Why did I not send a set ahead of my stuff? Why, oh why did I not? Okay, there's 5 and 6. Oh, hands are cramping, hands are cramping. 7. Whew. I mean, HE3D is a company that's been around a while. I mean, they've been around since I started 3D printing, you know, nearly 3 years ago now, or I started looking into 3D printers earlier than that. And this name has always been one that sells on Amazon. So that's always been one of the first ones that I've seen, because I was going to buy my first printer from Amazon and ended up buying it from eBay instead. But whether it deserves the attention, I will absolutely be the judge of that once we see how this ends up going. Alright, well, we've got 8 of them done. We've got 4 left here. And then the bottom part to this printer is ready. I'm really hoping that I can stay in frame once I stand this up, because again, it is a humongous printer. So Thomas asked, let's get a little more interaction going here. So Thomas asked earlier if I could do videos on fine-tuning your printer. I also was asked during the last live stream about doing a PID tuning video for 3D printers. The Prusa has it automatically built into their Marlin. It's baked in there. Other printers don't have that. So what is something that you guys would like to see a video of? It can be anything. It can be, I mean, I'm still planning on doing lots and lots of filament reviews. I have lots of filament coming. I have some new things lined up with some companies that I'm working on. Some are already, you know, signed, sealed, and on its way. Some things are still in the negotiation phase. But I'd like to know, what kind of videos do you guys want to see? This is a good time to ask me. Is also killing my back. Wish this table was a little bit taller. Ah. Traction calibration of various extruders. Do you mean different extruders like a Bondtech, a Titan, an MK9, or 8, 9, and 10 are all basically the same? Or do you mean Bowden versus direct drive? Both, really. Okay. Sadly, the only Bondtech that I have is on the Prusa, but maybe if enough people donate to the channel, I can pick up a Bondtech extruder and put that on something and be able to play with that. Alright, so just making sure these are all in line. There we have the gigantic bottom plate of this printer. Whew, that was brutal. Alright, so that was D2, I'm taking it. Now we're going on to D4, which is going to be the, we're going to call them the effector sleds. So we're going to go ahead and put this stuff away, so we don't need these spare bits. They give you a good bit of spare parts. And there goes a bunch of screws. Uh-oh. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We'll do that. Let's put that in there. We're going on to D4, which has a ridiculous amount of hardware in there. Look at all that. This is going to take forever. Thank you, Jake. Any 3D printing video. I have lots of 3D printing videos out there, so you have a lot to choose from. I would take this time to put dampers on it if I had them, but I don't. That will be a separate time. I'm actually also not very sure dampers would be a good thing because if you look in here, again, okay, you see the motor is holding these two sets of 2020 extrusion. So there's 4 bolts, so there's 6 bolts on each one of these holding it together as a sandwich. If I put dampers on it, there's only going to be 3 bolts, and there could be some skewing between these. So I might be able to like actually pinch this down and crush this point, and these would expand. That would not be good. It might be okay once the 2020 goes in through up here. It might not happen, but that is something I do need to really, really think about when looking into dampers for this. So we're going to put this piece out of the way, and we need to get together some more of these other parts here. So we're going to need, so these are the front sleds, the LCD holder, that's the effector. There's the other part of the sled, and then we've got these pieces. Okay, this is not cast or injection molded. This is Durlin. Durlin's a type of plastic. These are milled, or laser cut, I should say. 6 mil, 5 mil thick. They look like acrylic, but they are Durlin. Well, all I know about Durlin is that it's a plastic. So I don't know more about it. But it does have this protective plastic covering on it. We're going to take that off now. Thank you, Rover. It's actually a Hubasan X4 that I modded once I found that frame. In order for me kind of to start playing with, and you can't, it's all packaged up right back here, and I heard it ding. It's my phone. Where's my phone at? That's just notification. It's not the wife. So I am working on putting a DVR on my goggles right now, and I might do a video on that with the 3D printed frame and kind of how modding that has gone. I'm not going to do a step-by-step because I'm clearly not the person to tell someone how to do that. Okay, so we have the 3 base plates here, and we're going to go ahead and put the wheels on first. So we need these great big honks, and we need the wheel. Cha-ching. Do you fit? Hold a second. That one's weird. Okay, so there's that. And then we need a washer. And then we need these are aluminum spacers. No. Yeah, we need spacers for half. Oh yeah, these does have eccentric nuts. Very good to see. And that's going to go through on the smaller side. And then we're going to use another M5 washer. Oh, these are copper spacers. That's supposed to be. My bad. So take that washer off. Come on. Come on. Put the copper spacer on. Then we do this. Then we do this. Then we do the washer. And then we do an M5 nuts. Which I'm going to guess is going to be these, let's call it Nylox. Thank goodness. Love Nylox. I have one other Delta now. The other one was given to my kids' school at our last residence. Along with a ridiculous amount of filament. I gave him a ton of filament to their tech teacher. Okay, so there's one done. Now rinse and repeat many, many, many more times. Really concerned about these. Really concerned about some of these. Spacer. Bigger spacer. Put it through. Washer. And nylock. The other delta, just to be clear, is the any-cubic Kossel, the other delta that I have. Okay, there's 2 wheels done. Oh, that's just the spacer in there. Okay. Whew. There's a spacer between the shoot. That one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew. Well, the spacers I lost. There's another spacer between the bearings in these wheels, and it kind of had me worried there for a second. So now we're doing the eccentric nut, which has a flange on it there. You can see that. It fits into the larger hole, so it has space in there to move around. And that's going to help us tension this. Now, this is the first one I've ever had eccentric nuts on it. The Anycubic does not have those, at least to my recollection. I don't have the printer here right now, so I can't like go look at it. Phone a friend. Swing. That was stupid. Go loosen this up just a smidgen. Okay, and then, so they're doing 2 eccentric nuts. It's a little extreme, isn't it? Surely you only need 1. But again, if you have 1, you'd cockeye it, and then it would be goofy looking. That would not be good. Pulley. Come on, that little spacer in there keeps moving around on me. Copper spacer, eccentric nut, into the hole, M5 washer, nylock. I have to say, Techie Dad, I really wish I would have thought of that YouTube name before you. I like that a lot. The eccentric nuts go there. And then these get attached to here. Eccentrics go on this side. Those go up like that. M3 by 14s, these ones here. The M3 nuts go in there like that. I'm going to do one of these fully assembled first, just to kind of see how it all pans out. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, those M3 nuts don't go in there. The M3 lock nuts go on here. It still does not make a whole lot of sense to me. Because why would you have that shaped for it yet? Is it supposed to go backwards like that? Sure as heck looks like it. It's a goofy way to do it. So we're putting on these flange M3s the backwards. Normally they have grips on them, so they can actually grip into a material. These, you're pressing them into this Durlin material and using it as a captive nut with a flange on it so that it holds. Shoot, don't go too far, please. Okay. God, that's a klutz. Again, a very interesting way to do it. So, Techie Dad, I gotta ask, how many kids do you have? Bricked an XS5. That sucks. Thankfully, I've never bricked a printer that I know of. No, Jake, because everyone knows you. And I don't want to be known by you. Alright, so there's one carriage done. So it's just going to slide. The 2020 is going to go through like this. It'll go up and down. We have two eccentric nuts right here that you can see. Let me go this way. Two eccentric nuts there to tighten that down. And then the actual effector sled here is connected to it. And then the arms will connect onto there, which I'm going to do right now because they do have that on this step. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my Pittsburgh Geese comes out again. These gum bands, they're called gum bands where I'm from. Rubber bands, the rest of you heathens out there. Get off me. Get off me, bro. And these are using these 20 mils to go in. And I'm an idiot. I should have did that first, because you know why? There is a spot in the back for a M3 to slide into, an M3 nut. And then you're supposed to go ahead and put this through and in. And I am a wicked idiot. 7, 6, and 4. Well, congratulations, not too bad. Now, it's giving me a hard time. Fire in the hole. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get these to get down in there and stay down in there. Give them a push. There's that one in there. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take apart that other one again because again I'm a royal idiot. I don't really look at the directions too well. Also, not that the directions are very clear for this printer, so let's not get ahead of ourselves with that. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to go right there, like that, and those M3 nuts go into those little slots. Right there, you can see it. Right there is where those M3s go. So now to take this off and do that part. Pennsylvania speak. It's Pittsburghese, my friend. Pittsburghese. Don't get it mixed up with anybody else like those weirdos over in Philadelphia. Or up there in the Poconos, anything like that. Alright, so you gotta put the M3 nuts in there, and you gotta get this wee little Allen wrench, and you gotta just jam these down in there. There we go. 2 more arms. Not that part east of the berg. Where you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? The people want to know, and the people are me. Altoona. My brother-in-law is from a little place out that ways called Du Bois. Alright, so now we're going to... quit dropping stuff, Shane. Man. This guy can't do anything on here, man. It's like watching Linus Tech Tips or something. Dun-dun-dun. Super burn, Linus. You don't even know who I am. Nor would that dude care. Okay, now we have one fully assembled, as we can see there. That's one good to go. This one is almost ready. I'm going to do this other one here because I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. Got one M3. Got another one here. Yeah, Linus kind of lost that overclocking thing, didn't he? I just saw Jay-Z 2 Cents' newest video, and he kind of rocked him. And I didn't even know about that Gamer Nexus dude. Never even heard of him before. Not really a fan after seeing his videos, gonna lie. But I honestly never heard of the dude before. I'm also not very into PCs much anymore. Most of my time is devoted here to 3D printing. So, but I still try and keep in line with like Linus and Jay-Z. I like their videos. Okay. Oh God, these wheels, man! I tell you, these wheels are gonna be the death of me. They are involved. So it's that copper spacer, metal spacer, through the part, M5 nut, M5 nylock. Like I said, I've only seen one video. I swear like a sailor. No one can see it. Why am I out of brass fittings? Wait, am I not supposed to put brass on these? Oh, shoot. The brass fittings only go on the eccentric ones. That would make a ton of sense if you actually paid attention, Shane. I swear like a sailor. I don't really condone people to do it on YouTube, especially tech channels that are supposed to be there for everybody to consume. I mean, I swear in front of my kids. Who doesn't? If you got kids, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. His only one video I've seen of his kind of caught me a little bit off color. So I guess I just say I'm not a fan. Let's put it that way. Maybe he does do good stuff. Maybe I just need to watch some more of it. So anybody that's new coming in the stream right now, I am working on the K280 Delta 3D printer. It is a humongous kit. And I am working on the effector sleds that go up and down the Z on a Delta printer, if you're unfamiliar with that. Getting those sorted in. The directions on this are literally... this is step 4, part 4 of this build. It is 3 pictures with exploded views of what to look at. Needless to say, it is not helpful. I mean, it is to an extent, but I just figured out I messed something else up again, so yay for that. Eccentric nut through the part. M5 washer, and this. Okay, let's tighten these down real quick. It is nice that they come with these little wrenches the kit came with. That's nice. I do like that. Makes my life a little bit easier. It could be why those are so tight. On the other part, sorry. RIP headphone users. This one down here, I need to tighten this one up. Hey Ron, sorry I can't tune in, buddy. Fire in the hole. Okay, so let's switch to the smaller bit again. And we're going to go ahead and pop in 4 M3s. Really good tolerance on this laser cut parts. Really good tolerance, actually. I'm very impressed with that. All right, so the doo-doo-doos go on that side. Just make sure my eccentric nuts are all going the same way. So that way when you tighten them down, you can do it uniformly across the 3 pillars. There's 2 done. 1, 2, 3. Shoot, I think I used too long of one. That other piece. So we'll sub that in there real quick. I don't need any of those. This is the one I got to pull apart, right? Yeah, I got to pull 2 of these apart real quick and get those brass spacers off because I did that wrong. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. There's one. I gotta get one more off here real quick. Sorry again, this is the most riveting part of live build is just the screwing up tedious work that you gotta go back and redo. Let's do this. Make sure these are all tight enough. Eccentric one's got to be a little bit looser, but these other ones, these static ones, should be pretty tight. And they will loosen up over time. They're a little tight to begin with. That's actually too tight altogether. Okay, so there's one done. There's two done. All right, now we're on to the last one. Whew, okay, so we're gonna bulk prepare these this time. Maybe speed this up a little bit. I'm all ready at once. You get that, you get that. You get an eccentric nut. You get an eccentric nut. And I'm throwing something else now. Put them fives through. Nope, nope. Go back. Okay. This one. We'll get the hard spacers. Let's get 1, 2, 3, and I am missing a washer. Oh, man. Anybody else? I don't think the washer is that important. It's just a washer. But it would be nice to have it. Only counting 3 here, and I don't think I dropped one anywhere. Is it recent? I don't see one anywhere. Oh well. I'll at least put the washers on the eccentric nuts because those need to be a little more movable than the other things. One. Here's number 2. You rascal. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's pretty rare you get a kit that's in full... everything's there. It's pretty doggone rare. The last time I did miss a screw, that was my fault. But this time I am definitely not missing a washer. I am not seeing a washer here. So, that's okay. Let's get these all locked in now. Okay. And the last one. Okay. And now again to put in the 4M3 nuts. Bye, Thomas. Way to abandon me, buddy. Way to abandon me. And only an hour and 44 minutes in. You slacker. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know, Game of Thrones on you. Shame! Come on. We're on the last sled here. Almost there, guys. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right. Yeah, of course I'm crooked. There we go. Now it's straight. Oh, to bed. It is, I do apologize, it is a Thursday night. But I was real excited to get this. So I wanted to get it going. And I'm going to work tomorrow. So, why not? But the rest of you guys probably have work tomorrow. So I do understand if anybody leaves. The viewer count is already a little lower than it was when I did a weekend stream. So maybe I would just plan better next time. Or maybe be more patient. But patience for the birds. I've always said. Alright, now we've got 3 sleds ready to go. Got a couple extra screws. We're going to throw those in there. And we're going on to D5. So we're going to go ahead and put the effector on, which is injection molded plastic. I really wish this would have been aluminum. I much prefer aluminum to not aluminum. So this is D5. Whoa, there's a lot of hardware in here. So dual 50-15 fans. That's nice to see. You know what? How in the world are they supposed to stay in? That's the big question right here. That's what we're missing. Now normally, that's what all those extra M3s are for, or M4s are for. From this and this here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and not do that yet. We're going to go ahead and put the rails on this and stand this sucker up. Because I really need to see this thing up. So, what we're going to do is, here on the ends, there's a hole. And an M4 plus a T-nut is going to go in there. It does not specify that in the directions, but I just happen to know that. That's why we're going to do it. Get all that stuff ready to there. So, 4 goes in. I'm going to go ahead and add the T-nut, which these are going to be stupid finicky to get on. Not horribly bad, but they're definitely not easy. Definitely not at all. Kind of wish I would have thought this earlier. I would have did it earlier. But, yeah, you know. Such is life, right? Oh, Thomas, you got yourself smacked by Nightbot. I love you too. Go to bed, buddy. Okay. No, don't go away. Okay. Baby, come back. Okay, so there's the base. Now let's go ahead and we're going to add in these crazy long extrusions. And hope that all this lines up properly. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be super mad. Whoa. Hit that one, so let's just... We're going to push it all the way down, nice and tight, and then tighten down these T-nuts. That is way off screen. Oh my god. This is so freaking huge, guys. Oh my goodness, this printer's enormous. It's going to take a year to print at a 0.2mm layer height in this thing. I'm definitely going to throw a volcano on this sucker. I'm going to have to. And I'm really curious what the radius of these corners are, because I have my racquetball feet that I designed for the Anycubic console, which work excellent. And this thing's obviously going to sit on the ground, because there's no way this is going to fit on a shelf. Come on. I'm hoping this thing came with feet. I don't see feet anywhere. Make sure we're not sticking out anywhere. And we're not. I think we are we? No. A little bit there. Not here. So we're going to redo this one right here. Okay, so there's this gigundiousness. I mean, it comes up to my ribs, like the bottom of my rib cage. This is taller than most of my kids. All right, now we're going to put the M4 and T-nuts on the top of the frame, and we're going to get all this connected. I'm probably going to go ahead and put the sleds on before I do that because it's easier to slide those down than anything else. And go from there. Come on. Oh, I'm missing it. That's why. There's 2. And going on to 3. Okay, so those nuts are going to go down. 1, 2, 3. All right. And make sure your aluminum extrusion lines up to the very top of these corner brackets. Oh my goodness. This thing is enormous. Toronto, hey Frank, what's up, man? Toronto won. Yay for them, I guess. I didn't put the stupid sleds on. You're an idiot. Okay, let's loosen this back up. Got a little too ahead of myself because I'm so excited to see this gigantic printer. Okay, so again, the sleds, we're going to go ahead and just slide these on. With the arms being at the highest part of the sled. Okay, and now we're going to put this back on. Ouch. 1, 2. Welcome back, Jake. I didn't realize you left. But Jake, dude, look at this thing. It's enormous. Bring it up here. It's not even on camera anymore on the wide angle. So we're getting to an interesting point here. So we're on the effector now. And so using these bigger ones, they're going to go through this, through the effector part, and into an M3 bolt. I need to change bits again. I'm definitely not a fan of this effector. They are not captive nut holes for these nuts, so they will loosen up. If I don't even get them, I probably won't even get them that tight here, unless I get out some needle nose pliers and try to get those sorted. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a pair of needle nose out to do that, because otherwise that ain't gonna work out so well. You stay out of the way. Why am I missing 2 long screws from this? Do. More missing parts, guys. More missing parts. Definitely tell this wasn't cherry picked. Son of a gun. This is proving to be difficult to say the least. Okay. I really wish there was captive holes for these, because these are going to be super hard to get wrenched down. And I don't have any, what's it called? That thread locker stuff. The red and blue stuff. Why can I not think of the name? Yeah, that would make sense, Frank. Just let me struggle, dang it. Techie, not much. I just got the main frame put together here. I got the carriages put on. Now I'm just trying to get the arms connected to the carriage, and these are all too doggone short. I'm missing a few screws here. I have these extra ones over here, and these are long enough, so these will work. Come on. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. The build volume is 600 on the Z. So, massive is what it is. This is the highest Z printer that I have now. Where'd that other long screw go? Oh, I already put it in there. Derp, 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 derp. And this last M3 on here. I'll come through later with the, what's it called, and get that with needle nose and get those ranked on there good. Okay. Where are we at now here? So this fan let me give myself some slack here. this gets attached to the extruder itself. I need to find, where'd that go? Didn't I have that out earlier? Did I set it down somewhere? Is it in this box? Nope. Is it in this box? Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the wee little fan here to go on this side to the hot end. A little too short. Here's a little longer one. Now this hot end is tapped in the front for these. This 30mm fan to directly attach to it. It's a hunky heatsink on there, and not long enough, but you do. Yeah, and then it's just going to be. Doesn't really show which one's it's supposed to hook into. I'm thinking it's those four. Yeah. I'm guessing that fan's supposed to go straight on too. Looks like it. And we're going to use these to drop through and connect it to the effector. Again, for cooling, this is using a dual 5015 fans. I don't know how they connect yet. I haven't got that far, but we should find out here pretty soon. I really need to tighten these up because they are just super loose. Let me see here. 280 by 600. Yeah, it sounds massive, doesn't it? Absolute insanity. Alright, and there is, if you guys can see that. Whoa! There's a hot end on there. I'm going to tighten these up some. A little bit better. Still not great though. I need to just tighten those up a little bit because they are still feeling pretty loose to me. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do the, get this stuff out of the way. We've got a bunch of extra nozzles sitting around here now. We're getting to the part where there's not much direction left. What direction there is, it is minimal. So we've got the end stops here. Pull these out. Probably should pull up the video here soon. What's going on, Matt? So we've got a ribbon cable for something. Oh, that's interesting. So they just, okay, that's very interesting. So there's the thermistor. They just took a ribbon cable and crimped all the end stops on it, and these here too. And why are there? I'm guessing there's an extra end stop here. Is my guesstimate. I'm going to pull all these off. This is a tad bit annoying, but it's okay. I'll live with it. One, two, three. Okay. So where are the plates for that? That's part of D6. Yep. Get rid of that. Got some more Derlin pieces here. And how do they want these connected? Oh, using spacers. Interesting. Why not just mill it out to be the same? So the spacer goes like this on top, and then end stop goes like so. It's used in M2x14, these little guys here. That is a tiny, tiny screw. That is a very tiny head. It's too big. There we go. All right, that is not as secure as I was hoping, but okay, whatever. Get this on here like so. This is what I was saying before. These are going to go up in here in fashion. I guess we're going to put it all the way up there. As it'll go. Using the wrong head, that's why it's not tightening. And run this through here, which now, of course, it's not going to stinking fit, is it? I'll make it fit. There we go. That'll do you. That'll do, Dragon, that'll do. Now we're going to get this all the way down out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and get one of these super long 2020 covers and put it on. A little bit too long, weren't they? A little bit too long. So we need some snips, and we're just going to snip it a little bit short. I guess I'd rather be too long than too short, right? There that is. I'm going to run this down beside the motor. Like so. All right, that's one. So now we're going to build the other two and put the other end stops on here. It is a single extruder. Forward 3D printing, what's going on? How are we doing this evening? We're about 70% of the way through this build. Hot dog. We're only 2 hours in. Not too bad. Wonder if I can finish this in the next hour. That would be outstanding. So I really want to get this thing, start tuning it. I'm very interested in the auto bed leveling sensor that it comes over. I've never used one of those touch sensors before that Deltas have, and you kind of just put it on your printer, you do your bed leveling, and then you take it off, and then it's leveled, because the nice thing about Delta printers is the bed doesn't move. So once it's level, it never loses its level as long as the printer doesn't move. As long as it stays in the exact same place, you never ever need to re-level the bed, and that is so awesome. I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those. End stop here. That together, and we're going on this way. I probably should get my screwdriver ready first, right? Thank you. Yeah, I'm not tired yet. I probably will be once I get to the end of this. I'm mentally exhausted. Actually, we're going to go ahead and just get both of these end stops ready, and then we'll mount them together. It'll be easier that way, instead of keep switching out bits every 2 minutes. These itty bitty M2s, good grief. Alright, so now let's switch up for the M4s. Attach those now. I'm really hoping that the board is flashed. Really hoping that. I do not want to go ahead and flash the firmware on that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these mounted. I will say in the video that they sent about the assembly, there was nothing about having to flash the board. Nor did he send me the firmware. Alright, so we're going to run these cables through here. Get twisted. Don't get twisted on me. That one in there. Okay. Move that all the way over to here again. Shoot. Okay, just get these off the way. Again, I'm really hoping with the auto bed leveling sensor that comes on this to have an easy time. I'm really hoping. I'm probably saying that and jinxing the bejesus out of myself, but you know what? That's okay. I can deal. Okay, that one is in. Feed it through. Okay, and now the final one. Just cheap, cut the top off this one already. Swing! I don't know where that one went. Nope, nope, bottom first. Gotta go behind the carriages. I'm not slipping up off, really? Oh no, it's just not down all the way. Ugh, come on. There we go. Alright, now we feed this one through. Bada bing, bada boom. We have end stops done. Alright. Jeff, hello. You hear me? I'll be right back. I need a drink too. What's that? All right, I'm back. I'm coming. Ugh. I'm on bug duties. I have to kill the bugs the wife finds. And I got a little snack. All right. Yeah, wife does win 100% of the time, guys. 100% of the time. I'm gonna have a little snack here, and we will try and figure out what the next best step is, because we're now out of order. All right. Yeah, this kit didn't come with candy. I'm very disappointed in that. But to get my Pepsi. All right. Where the hell are we? So I talked nothing about the part cooler for this. So we've got some zip ties and an extruder motor here. Okay, we get rid of that. In here we've got a extruder mount, LCD display holders, power supply, and crap tape. And a screw that came out of probably the power supply. Hold on to that. Get rid of that. Doesn't look like it came out anywhere that's obvious. It's set to 220. We're going to change you to 110. Yep. Alright, so we can set that here. Let's get in this number 3 box here. What are we looking for here? The manual is 7 steps, not 7 pages. It is a trifold legal size paper. This are the directions. So again, I'm off the beaten path now. I don't feel like pulling up their video. So here is here's the board. So it's MKS Gen version 1.0. It's an extremely old board. Very, very old board. Very basic board, I should say. It's not old, it's just basic. Alright. Using DRV 8825s, 4988s, I should say, sorry. XYZ and extruder. We've got the touch sensor here that goes on the hot end. We've got the display. I guess we can do the display part now. Get that hooked up at least. Get ready for some serious wiring. This looks like the display board, right? Maybe? It is, but it's funky as all get out. That was an injection, was it? It is, but yeah, it's funky. Alright, whatever. Play that funky music. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's an old basic board. Definitely would like to see an upgrade in that. That definitely should be a better board. Not really any reason why it should be such a basic old board. Ah. It goes on this way, right? Remove that. Alright, so we've got that, and then we've got some injection molded parts, which, didn't I set them somewhere? Yeah, I set them right here. So we've got the brackets here for these. Let me turn you down a little bit. Maybe you guys want to see what's actually working on. How in the good gravy do these go on here? This, I guess? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty ingenious right there. Actually not too bad. And then what size screw goes in here? These are M3 by 14s. Again, wherever in the good gravy name those are. Part of, that's D3. Alright, that's D3. So that's these right here. There's also 2 standoffs for something. I don't know what those standoffs are for. There's heat sinks for the drivers. Okay. I'll put those on. I have this one on the wrong side here. I think that's on the wrong side. That's not cooperating as much. There we go, that one passes through. Oh, does it? It does not. I think that's okay for now. Alright. Now I'm getting toasty again. There's one side, and now the other. Yeah, if I can't figure it out, I go to their. I mean, the video is not. I mean, it's not nice animation, but as for what it's actually like providing information for, I don't know. Why are you not biting in? Come on. Stay on. And last one here. Okay. Woo! That was a close one. Nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. I almost. Mr. Purr, I don't have the FT5 right now. It's in my shipment, which should be here on Monday. It was supposed to be here today. It got delayed. So here we are. So we're going to center that up and put that right there. And then what are we using on top? It doesn't really say, does it? Of course it doesn't say. So I'm going to use some of these M4 T-nuts here. Why would it tell me what to actually use? Why would it? Okay, there's one. Use a hammer. The manly thing to do, right? Go Tim Allen on it. There's the display, guys. Alright, I guess let's do the belts now and get this up out of the way. Might as well. These belts are insanely long. Reaching up into the heavens for these ones, guys. I probably should do this one over here first because it's off the corner of the table. Make life a little bit easier. Oh, I got this twisted down. Put down there. Back up. Oh, of course I went outside of the arms, like an idiot. Here, one in there. Those aren't twisted, are they? No, they're not. Hot dog. Come on, get up there. Okay, there's one. Let's get the other belts on here now. And my finger stuck. I definitely need to go ahead and print out some belt tensioners for this, because that's the other thing. These things don't have any way to really tension the belts except by hand. So if you can't get them like extremely tight, which you pretty much can't, you need to print out a belt tensioner, which they just slip on. They're pretty easy. That one's better. Okay, last belt. Now we can finally make a little bit of space in here. On my table, it's getting a little crowded now. The final belt. All right, look at that. Here we go. It sits up there now. Hot dog. I might end up moving the pulleys down there a little further out. I'm gonna have to hold this on an angle and make sure that these line up well enough. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do, because they come out of the guide there, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like them to stay in the guide. This one's way looser. Let's see if I can tighten this one up some. Or you can just, you know, totally let it go. Idiot. That's better. Oh, that's cool. It doesn't engage any of the end stops. It shows right there to put the mount, the spacer, and the end stop. It doesn't engage them at all with that spacer on there. So I need to take that spacer off, which is not going to work because those screws are too long. They're going to go all the way through, and they're going to bottom out against the thing. That does not make any sense to me. Oh, that's disappointing. Screws on sled. Oh! They do have that. You're right. That! I forgot about those. I don't know where those screws are or what size they're supposed to be. M3 screws on the sled. So, do you know, CNX, what size, well, how long those are supposed to be? Because then I can kind of see what I have laying around. Because I am, again, we're way off the beaten path now with how this is supposed to go. And that is definitely not anywhere in the instructions about those doggone screws. I forgot about those. Or did it say here somewhere? Hang on. It does not. Okay, so how does this board go on here? Probably doesn't show me that either, does it? Of course it doesn't. Maybe that was in the video. 10 to 15 mil. Well, I've got some longer ones here sitting here. I've got 1, 2, 3. These are, I don't know how long these are. I guess they're long enough. We'll give them a shot. Thank you for that. I totally forgot about those. Okay, those are not going to be long enough. They're barely going to clear the sled once I put them in. So let's take these and get rid of this box. Pat this here. Get rid of this box. What do we got left here? What do we got left here? These are parts for, I'm guessing, the bed. Got the extruder parts here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video and see if they show you the mounting for the board. I'd like to get that mounted and start looking into that stuff now. Looks like it's going to be these ones here. Like so. But I would do it this way. Yeah. And there's a couple standoffs here. There's 2 standoffs, which I'm not sure why there's only 2 standoffs. You got extruder parts, extruder motor, or you can go here. More random parts here. That's empty, that's empty, that's empty. Ah, shoot. There's nothing long enough here. There's one here. Looks to be a 20. That would be long enough. Wait, I think I got some spare ones here. I do. These might be long enough. Let's try one of these out now. That does clear the sled at least. So that gives me a little bit of hope. Get down there. And last one. Oh, that one came loose. What did y'all do when I did that? That one didn't. Let me retighten these up real quick. Oh, that's still wicked loose. You know, which it's supposed to be in. Man, come on. Yeah, it's the part I hate about those stupid pulleys is they're so doggone hard to get tension on them. Nope, wrong one. Down here. And this one. Okay, that's good enough for now. Alright. Let me go find that video real quick. Oh, wrong click. Get rid of this box now too. Nope, don't want that. Hey, 1 second, guys. Gotta find homeboy's message. Alright, we're gonna look at the video here now. For some reason I can't show the desktop, otherwise I would show this video. But that's okay. better. Just tighten some of these up a little bit. Still watch this assembly video go down. There it is. So these are the ones that anchor to it. Okay. Pause that now. Go back to you guys. Yeah, this room certainly did fill up fast, and it is not even anywhere near full enough yet. That one. Let me just tighten up this one here real quick. I gotta tighten these bolts first. That's the big problem I was having with those ones, is I didn't tighten them down enough. Thought they were too tight before, but now I can see that they are too loose. And all I'm doing to tighten these up is I'm just now moving the eccentric nut . Tight as that's going to get. Okay. So I'm not really too profoundly sure what's going on with these now. Let's take some M3s. I guess I'm going to attach these with M3s. That's my guess. This board. Again, total guess. I did not show what hardware to use for this. So there's that, and then it's going to be held down by two M4 T-nuts into the frame itself. I guess we're just going to go ahead and stop that right here on the side and figure out how in the world I'm going to get those attached. I don't think the Allen will fit in there. It doesn't. What the hell? Well, we got needle nose pliers for a reason, right? Guess note to future self. Add that acrylic panel on first, right here, before doing anything else. So that probably would have made life a whole lot easier. X, Y, and Z. So, go ahead and put on X. Let me double check their wiring guide. Maybe that's actually correct. Yeah, that is. Okay. X, Y, and Z. Let's do the extruder. Where do they want the extruder at again on this thing? Front left. I like front left. Is the frame floppy? There's a little bit of wiggle in the top. Just a little bit. I guess we'll really find out once I start printing, right? Where's that label at on those? That LCD there. This is one right here. Just doing a little bit of the preliminary wiring here, just get this kind of out of the way. I don't need to worry about these parts. They are very much in the way. These cables flopping around aren't helping me. Alright, so you need to go up out of the way. Loosen this back up. Anyways. Okay, so let's put this extruder together now, shall we? Bolt it down to what? The floor? There's a video on extruding part. Alright, so we have the top piece here. And we're going to go ahead and hook on this brace here first, and it's going to go this way. So this is using M4 T-nuts again. Shoot. Ugh. Oh, where's my screwdriver at? Here it is. This bit is right. Nope. This bit is wrong. This bit is right. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and, I guess right here is pretty good, right? Doesn't really say how high to do it. Okay, so now I'm put smaller heads. Oh, see, this one's actually has a flange on it. That does make it a little bit easier. Two M3s are going to go in here. I got to put this pulley together first. Pulley goes in here. There's something stuck in there. What the heck? Did these not line up? Oh, I'm using the wrong size bit. Ah, you're an idiot. Again. Like, why isn't this going in? Okay, now I'll go back to the M3s. Okay, so then this big old screws are going to go up through the middle here. This is what that spring in there is going to grab onto. That's the extruder spring. Come on. This should be fun to try and do. Oh, you gotta put the hob gear on first before I forget about that. It's gonna go on backwards. So one of them are gonna go on the flat part. And then the other one just gets tightened down on the rounded part. Okay, now we can go ahead and put on the top of the extruder. There it is. It's funky as all get out, but hey, there it is. Yeah, I dropped the bone too. Yes, I did. Oh. This one's straighter. That. It's going to be going very deep. Oh, that did too deep. There it goes. Okay. And that now goes all the way to the bottom, far side, and it makes it all the way up to the top. And I put all of those on backwards, even though that's how the video said to do it. So I need to flip all of those end stops around. Oh man, too awesome. So these are all 0.4. 2, 3, yeah, it gives me 4 extra 0.4 millimeter nozzles. Alright, so what do we got left on here now? We're still going to wire up a lot of this. We're still going to run the cabling here. So I got that's mounted now. Oh, those standoffs are supposed to go there. Very interesting. Very goofy. Very interesting. To give it some stability. Oh, you guys can't see that, but okay, so there's these standoffs came with it, and in the back end of this plate, because it hangs out like a ways, you're supposed to put these on. That way the board has stability on the back end of it, so you don't end up breaking the Durlin plastic. So I see what they're trying to do here. It's goofy as all get out, but I totally see what they're trying to accomplish here. Totally understand. I might as well put these heat sinks on real quick onto the drivers, even though I'm probably not going to leave these drivers on for very long, because I guarantee this printer is going to be an absolute noise wrecker. So I'll put some 2208s on or something like that. Really quiet it down. Okay, ouch! Oh man, that hurt. Oy vey. Alright, oh, sorry, I'm just seeing out. Shorten the Bowden. Alright, well, I can do that. That's in all the way there, right? So if I go down to here, I can't shorten it that much, to be honest. I mean, look at that. That's the bend when it's all the way down. If I go all the way to the top, come on. I guess if I lower this down, yeah, if I lower this down, there's a lot of slack when it's all the way up. But when it's all the way down, it's pretty close. So I'll worry about shortening the Bowden later. Just gonna tighten down this effector real quick. Now that I have my needle nose out. Did I do this one here? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. The bed's that high up. Okay. Well, I guess I should probably get this bundle here run, and then take a look at the bed. So let's run these cables real quick, and then we'll bundle this up. Alright, so extruder fan, where'd my drawing go? Let's see, touch sensor, nozzle thermistors going in the black. The black. No, that's not the nozzle thermistor, is it? No, this is the nozzle thermistor. Nozzle thermistor here. And then the there's a fan going. Fan's going to that white one right there. Right there, right there. And now we need to get a flathead bit and attach the heated bed to its rightful home. H bed. I mean, it's nice that these have ferrules on them. Or ferrules. I don't really know how to properly pronounce that word. But that's a nice thing. Alright, now let's just do this. Again, I just want to kind of clean these cables up a little bit. No cable management. I mean, we're getting there, dude. Getting there. I just want to do this to kind of get these wrapped up out of the way a little bit. I said there's nothing in here. So CNX, what's up with the part cooling fans? I've got 2 of them here, but there's no printed parts, or there's supposed to be a mount for them of some sort, but I don't see it anywhere here. Nor is any instructions to like print it. Do I have the calibration cable in that bundle? No, I don't. You know, here's what we're gonna do. Instead of doing the wrap up, let's get the calibration cable here, which is significantly shorter than everything else. Let's get. I've got some twisties here. We're just gonna twist tie it for now, just to kind of get myself some of the cables out of the way here. And these can easily be taken off, so hooray. That's helping out quite a bit, I think. CNX, do you have me on like Twitter or Facebook or anything like that? Can you send me a link to that Thingiverse file? Okay, so that at least gets that somewhat out of my hair. That ends up just going like Shazam on there like that. Okay, all right, I can dig that. I'd barely buy that for $1. All right, not much on there for that. Okay, just gonna put the SD card in there so I don't lose it. We're gonna bundle these up now. Gotta get these. CD cables are just unruly at the moment. Again, more zip ties to the rescue. Okay. Your mods are on there. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. So, this cable, dude, this is where the sensor cable comes to. It's really, really short. Like, really short. Alright, so where are we at now then, huh? Where are we at now? I'm hoping you have a power supply mount, because here we got the power supply cable. So, might as well put this on and get it out of the way. Even though I know you said you can fit it underneath. For right now, I'm not going to. Alright, so there's that for now. And just to get that out of the way for later. Chew the part, unzipped it. Alright. Alright, I see. I got you. I got you. Alright, well, let's take a look now at this heated bed deal. Where'd my snips go? Seriously, where'd my snips go? Blue handle zip chain. Blue handle snips. They were here. Well, I got another pair over here. But I will need to find those because I don't want to throw those away. So, is this trash? Okay. Alright, heated bed goes to somewhere. This heated bed thermistor goes to white. Heated bed cables are short, like short. Oh, that's why I put those in the wrong connector. I wonder why that looks funny. Okay. So now we can go ahead and put this in. Let's go that way. Come on, get in there. Sorry about that. There's little issues with that. Okay. So let's bring them down a little bit. You're eventually going to go like this. But you said the setup to get the bed on is janky, and that is not in this guide. So let's go here to this. And hopefully it's in the guide here somewhere. It's right here. Yeah, it shows me that's just the configuration deal there. Alright, let's go to the YouTube video and see what it says about the... There's the LCD. We already got that done. There's the heated bed. and a bunch of screws. So there's these other pieces here. But how does the bed get connected? Spare touch sensor, spare heater block. So I've got some gigantic M3s here. Where'd I go? I lost you here. Print off the mounts. I hear you. But I mean, I can't really review a kit if I'm printing off the mods before I even try building it. So let me just try this first. I will probably 1000% print off the mods, but I mean, I got to give this the college try first because that's what I signed this for. I'm giving this a review of how it comes out of the box. So I've got these. So there's 3 of these. And I'm guessing that these nuts don't fit in here. There's some springs here. I'm guessing these M4s hold it here. And how do they connect? Long M3 to glass. These big old M3s? They go through these? Oh, I see the flange ones there. Okay, so you just pick 3 holes, because there's 6 holes there, and there's only 3 mounts. So I'm guessing I just pick the 3 odd ones and then go with that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do one of them here, I guess. And then these go through like this. Oh, like they're doing that M3 nut through it again. So this goes in here, and this goes in here. The nut gets pushed in, and then this screws into it. All right? Just tell me I'm tracking here. Come on. Why do none of these fit? Oh my goodness, I can't. It's Just not threading into this at all. Getting impaled. It was just that one. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to have to move it a little bit, I guess. The other one's going to be here. Should these be on the inside or the outside? This is where the swearing starts. Yes. This is where I get very angry at no directions with a printer. Like, at all. There's no directions. Like, there is nothing right now. CNX, yeah, they're on the inside. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do this without that. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's get the plate roughly where I want it. That one will go there. This is going to be jank. Yeah, I'm going to give Linus a run for his money. There's two. And the third one will be right there, I guess. They're all in weird spaces. I don't know if that's right or not, but you know what? Ain't no other way to do it. All right. All right, there's that one in. Swap out these. These are nuts out. Here they are. I'm just kind of seeing if this actually is where they need to be. I know I need to take it back off because of the... so those positions all do work, but... they're not going to because of this one. Come on. I think there's something wrong with this one here. There's nothing is threading in it. That's because there's no threads. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This has no threads. No threads. Okay. Let's take these ones off. I'll probably just go ahead and print the bed mount mod, which is obviously not going to finish the build tonight. If I need to start printing things, as it's also 1:15 in the morning. But I will definitely queue those up tonight. But for now, let's do this. Let's get this out of my way. Just gonna let that like that for now. I dropped the spring. Okay, let's get the some motor wires here together. Get these motors wired up. One really long one, that's going to be for the extruder. So E0, right there. I do have a strip here for the cable to hide it away. Okay, that takes care of most of that. And now all the other motors are decently short cables. Excuse me. So we've got the X. Y. And Z. Ouch. So if I hit this extruder one more freaking time, golly. All right, motors are wired up. Heated bed's wired up. The thermistors are all wired up. What are we saying over here? I don't know. Drink. Oh, there's my clippers. They're right here. Okay. So, an alternative is where do all of these line up? They all line up right there. But that is in the way. There's no way to get around that. I was just trying to see if I can, let's go ahead and do this straight to the bed there. Nope. Okay. Where were we at? What, Chinese warranties are totally legit. What are you guys talking about? Ah, crikey. I mean, here's the fans. So I guess I'll add these to the bundle for now. I guess I shouldn't, because I don't have the parts printed for it either. So two 5015 fans in series here. So spare that, that's spare, that's spare. These all out of the way here. Tension springs. Maybe clip on? Come on. Oh dear. Is there a fan on the board? No, there's no fan on the board. I don't even know if the board has a port for the fan for on the board. I'd probably just wire it straight to the power supply. I mean, to be honest, the boards don't get that hot, especially using 4988 drivers. They've got heat sinks on them, and there's quite a lot of space underneath that you could do a fan. And it's kind of the nice thing about the bottom being so open. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely probably add a fan on there. I mean, we're not even printing yet, though, so that's kind of in the distance of what I want and need to get done here. I need to get this thing able to print. As of right now, it's not able to print because I can't even mount the damn bed. Yeah, so I've had that problem with the Anycubic Costal. Took me a while to get that sucker dialed into, but now it prints fantastic. I mean, I cannot wait to get it back in my hands because it prints really well and really fast. Come on. Well, let's turn it on and see what happens. Let's see if it pops smoke. Let's see what goes on here. I just want to see if it even powers up, what's on it, things like that. Well, they put ferrules on this side, and those don't really work with these power supplies too well. Like there should be a spade. The ferrule just wants to push out. Oh, excuse me. Oh, where's that goofy little power cord at? Blue is line, right, guys? Yeah, Frank, yeah, this is not first printer, dude. Nowhere near. But yeah, blue is line, right? And then brown is your neutral. Waiting for confirmation. Do. Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Blue is neutral. I know to use a 3-prong. I don't have an extra cable I can just cut right now. I will eventually do it. Again, I'm doing what's coming out of the box here. Blue is neutral. Is it blue is neutral? Did it backwards. Wish me luck. Well, power's on. Printer ready. Both thermistors are being seen. Hot end fan is on. The fan on the power supply is on. I'm afraid to see if this actually works. So let's go to... Wow, this moves quick. Let's see if home actually works. It's moving. Then homes! Hot damn! But yeah, the bed is a stopper right now. So let's do this. Seeing that the bed is not operational, there's no way that I can get this printing tonight because of the big issue. So if anybody ends up scrolling back through this video and comes to the end here, I can't print because I can't get the bed to actually mount properly. The biggest reason is because one of these little flanged M3 nuts doesn't have threads in it. So the M3 won't thread into it. It just spins and spins and spins. It doesn't actually go in. That one has it. Where's the one that didn't have it? I threw it here somewhere. Either way, it is not threaded, so I can't actually get the bed to mount properly. Also, the part cooling fans are right here. So it's these two fans, which is great. There's no mount for them, so I can't do that. And what else was there? So I can't mount the bed. I can't mount the part cooling to it. It homes. It boots up properly. The thermistors are reading. I can't really say anything about that. I mean, the directions are practically non-existent. A 6-7 step thing, even with the video, does not help at all. I'm just like, this is the These are the instructions right here. A one-sided, legal-size sheet of laminated paper are just no bueno. So, yeah, it's kind of a non-starter at this point. Again, this is definitely not a beginner 3D printer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm struggling here, and I've built like over a dozen 3D printers now. So, there's that. There is no bag of spare parts, Frank, so there's none that I can see here. So I'm going to get CNX. I'm going to go on to your Thingiverse page. I'm going to see what parts there are. I'm going to throw them here on the Mark III, print them in PETG. So I'm going to print the part cooling fan ducts for the part cooling fans. I'll print out the bed mounts. And if there's anything else that you suggest that I do or look into, please throw me a comment here on the video so I know what other parts I should be printing out for this. Because obviously this cannot be done without modification. It just can't be. Which is sad. I kind of had high hopes. This is an enormous printer. It's off the freaking screen of the camera. It's a 600mm build volume. So you can see the entire build volume here on the screen, but you can't even see the top of the printer. DIY thread sets. Yeah, I don't have a thread tap, otherwise I would just tap it myself. But again, no stuff around. Oh, here's the one that doesn't have any threads in it. I don't have my tap and die set, so I can't do that either. Yeah, this legitimately has no threads in it, and that is so annoying because there are no spare parts. So I'm going to do a follow-up video on this maybe this weekend, I'm hoping. Depends on how long. I'm literally going to put the parts on to print tonight before I go to bed, let them print, and then maybe tomorrow night I'll continue the live stream and try and get those parts mounted on here and see if we can't get this thing printing tomorrow. That would be pretty awesome. So I want to thank everybody for watching. CNX, dude, you've been helping out so much, so thank you for your help on getting through this. Everyone else, all your ideas and things that you've said, suggestions, have been nothing but help, so thank you so much for all of that. I really want to get this thing printing. I want to give it the best try I can, and I want to be able to go back to the manufacturer, as this came directly from HE3D, and say, hey, these are the things that you guys should change on your printer to make it better. I think that is something that can happen. I'm the type of channel that can do that, so we'll see how that goes. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed the stream. It was, what, almost 4 hours long, quite a long stream tonight. Hopefully shorter tomorrow with results, more better than this. And yeah, we'll go with that. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next stream, and happy printing.